to another follow along accessory workout. Okay, so for the last 2 weeks, we did 8 sets on the 3 minutes. Okay, we're going to continue with that format this week and next week. All right, but the movements are going to change a little bit. So station 1 in that 3-minute window is going to be 10 per side of those Bulgarian split squats, but we are going to load that with a dumbbell in the front rack position. Okay, so whatever leg is forward, we're going to go same side loaded. So we have 10 on one side, pause at the bottom and push, and then you'll switch to the other side, 10 at the bottom and push, okay? From there, we have that tall kneeling hip thrust again, but we're gonna use it with a band. So I have a couch here and I just attached a band to the couch. If you don't have a band or you don't have anywhere to tie a band to, that's okay. You can omit the band. Otherwise, you're gonna step into the band, okay? Both knees are gonna go on some form of cushion. And then it's the same movement, but we're gonna let the band come back and then push us into it. So that is block 1. Block 2 is going to be the heel elevated cyclist squat, okay? But this time, the dumbbells are going on your shoulders, all right? So you have one on one side, one on the other, and we are going into the front rack position. I think this is gonna be a little bit harder than the last few weeks. So eyes are up, we're coming down, and then all the way up, okay? We have a total of 20 there. And then from there, our next station, we're gonna stay with the side plank, okay? But we're gonna add a little press to it. So I'd really make sure that you have some light weights for this. Don't have anything too heavy. You could even use like a can of soup. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna get in that side plank position and you're gonna hold and go 10 to 20 on one side. And then you'll switch and do 10 to 20 on the other side. So that's gonna be the middle block of work. And then from there, we have those sumo stance deadlifts again, but our reps go down by 5 and we're doing a 3-second eccentric. So what that's gonna look like is you're gonna stand nice and wide, you're gonna stand up, and then you're gonna go down, 1, 2, 3, and up, down, 1, 2, 3, and so on, okay? And that's gonna be coupled with the bench press. This time we're just doing normal bench. I'm always worried I'm gonna hit my head on something. Normal bench this time. So there's no support overhead, just a normal bench, okay? And then our last station, we're gonna go back to the gorilla rows, but the reps go down, so try to go a little bit heavier, okay? If you don't have access to heavier weights, a really simple trick you can do is just go slower, all right? So those would look like this. So again, the reps go down. And then from there, we have those side bends, but we're gonna go into a tall kneeling position. If you have access to a bench, I want you to do this on a bench because it's gonna challenge your hips a little bit more. And again, this can be done with a dumbbell or a kettlebell, okay? So that is what we're doing today. Press pause, put on your music, make sure you have warmed your body up, all right? Whatever warm up your body needs. A really good warm up, like we talked about in a few videos, is you can go through all the stations with just really light warm up, light weights or no weights, just to make sure your body's warm, okay? So press pause, and when you're ready, press play. I'm gonna hit the 10-second countdown and we're gonna get started. So you can put on your favorite music. We are starting with the front rack Bulgarian split squats. Okay, we have 10 per side. They are spicy. Little pause at the bottom. Eyes are straight ahead. Engaging the core. Something I'm always reminding myself. It's hard for me. I grew up playing sports not sports, but I grew up riding horses. With horses, you almost wanted to be I was taught to ride with a little extension through my low back. so it's very normal for me. When you're ready, we'll switch sides. Good, using your core and glutes. Amazing. We have that tall kneeling movement next with a band. If you don't have access to a band, you can omit the band. So the band is gonna pull you back, and it's your job to push through. Ten to 20. Use the core. And feel both glutes at the top, right? Sometimes it's hard to think about both of them. Next station, remember we go legs to legs, is the heel elevated squats. So we're gonna have one dumbbell per hand for that. So we have a total of 20 reps. And yes, I still don't have two of the same weights here. Someday I'll remember to bring some home from the gym. Okay. So 20 reps here. One per hand. So we went from one per side, or one single arm for the split squats, to now one per hand. Ooh, these are hard. Wow, those are so spicy. Okay, side plank is next. I'm gonna grab a light pair or a light dumbbell for this one. So if you want to keep the top leg lifted like we did the last few weeks, you can. I don't know that I can do it the whole time, but I'm going to try. So if you want to try to hold the top leg lifted, you can. If this doesn't feel good for you, you can just hold it overhead for 20 seconds. Woo, okay. Now this is when things get interesting. This is my harder leg, the right leg to keep overhead. But we do the best we can. Lord. My leg's dropping. Whew. Okay, next up we have sumo stance deadlifts. 3-second eccentric on the way down. So again, the goal is to try to go a little heavier than when we were doing this at the 20. With that being said, if eccentric is challenging for you today, that's fine. Just take it a little lighter maybe. Maybe eccentric, that slow is something you need to work on. Like myself, it's hard for me to go slow. So you're going to come up and slow on the way down. Normal speed up, slow and controlled on the way down. Lots of time under tension. Good finish position, eyes up straight ahead. I think I have 5 more. Shoulders stay down and back. Okay. Next up, we have just regular old bench press. So whatever you got for weight, I'm just gonna move this so I don't smack my head. Like I've mentioned the last few weeks, I'm a really big fan of having your palms facing each other. Good tempo, right? We're always in control of the weight. We don't want the weight to necessarily control us. And then at the top, we're just straightening our arms. We're not overreaching. And then again, your feet can be on the ground if that's what feels best for you. I know sometimes I just enjoy having my feet on the bench. Sometimes it makes my back feel a little better. And then again, if you don't have access to a bench, you can absolutely do these on the floor. All right, next station, we have those gorilla rows, okay? So we've been working on these the last few weeks. The goal is to try to go a little bit heavier. And then again, if you don't have access to heavier weight, it's really simple to just go a little slower with the weight that you have. So that same kind of eccentric work like we just did with the sumo stance deadlifts. Okay, so we have 14 to 16 alternating. So again, if you don't have anything heavier, you can just go slower. So you're controlling the weight, pushing with the other. Woo. Spicy. Okay, next station. You can use a dumbbell, you can use a kettlebell. Ideally, I'd love to see you guys do this off of a bench, but if you don't have access to one, that's totally fine. So I'm gonna do it off of the bench. So both knees are on the bench, and then make sure whatever side is loaded, you have enough range of motion to kind of clear it. So you'll notice these are a little harder than last week, but it's the same concept, right? If my right side is loaded, I'm using my left core. Still need to squeeze my glutes. Eyes are straight ahead. Good. So again, I'm using the bench. So I'm going to switch sides. So I have range of motion for the bell to kind of come off of it. And then I'll do the same thing on the other side. Using that right core. I guess I'm going a little too slow. So we have one more round through all those stations. Going back to the split squats, or the Bulgarian split squats, 15 seconds. Good. Okay, you can stay the same with weight, or you can go heavier, whatever feels best for you. So I'm going to go left leg forward, right leg back. We have 10 reps per, my knee, per side. A little pause at the bottom. Squeezing the core. And whenever you're ready, you'll switch sides. Same thing on the other side. It's okay if one side's harder than the other. These are spicy. Kneeling. Kneeling hip thrusts are next. Grab a mat if you have one, or a pillow. And then again, if you don't have access to the band, that's okay. Just do what you can. You don't need to have access. And then whatever weight for 10 to 20 reps. Keep feeling your core at the top and bottom. Okay, we are done with those, which I am excited about. Next station, we have the, I'm caught in this, cyclist squats. Those are hard. Those are really tricky for me. So they're going to be one dumbbell per hand this round. Same as last round. So we went from the single arm for the split squats, and now we have one per hand. So heels are elevated. And we have 20 reps whenever you're ready. Whatever range feels good for you, range of motion. Okay, I'm halfway. 4 more. Whew. Ah, those are so hard. Okay. Next station, where's my leg dumbbell? Side plank hold. And if you want that extra leg lift, feel free to grab it. 10 to 20. Woo, okay. Same thing on the other side. Whatever range feels good for you. And again, if this doesn't feel good, just hold it overhead. Woo. Okay, we're done that one. Next up is, our simultaneous deadlifts. We have 10 seconds. I'm getting pretty sweaty. So again, we have the 3, 2, 1, and go. We're focusing on being nice and slow on the way down. Push with the legs. Finish with the glutes. Arms are nice and long. Just 15. Time under tension, going nice and slow. Pushing with the legs. Push, push, push. Okay, we have dumbbell bench next, or if you don't have access, right, we can use the floor for a floor press. Feet can go on the bench or the floor, whatever feels best for you. 10 to 20, nice and controlled and slow. We're not looking to go overly fast. We also want to focus on not overextending the arms at the top. And finding somewhere to breathe. And it's okay if you're using more weight or less weight than the last round. Good. We have one more station after this. I think I've done more than 20, but that's okay. All right. From here, we're going to do the kettlebell gorilla rows. So again, we're looking for 14 to 16 alternating. And again, it's okay if you don't have access to kettlebells, you can use dumbbells. All right, and this is our last work together. 3, 2, 1, and go. 14 to 16. Pull your hand to your sternum. Whew. Okay, back to the tall kneeling. Something else you can do is you can go in the middle of the bench if you want to use the bench for range of motion. Meaning if you want the bench to stop you so you don't go as low for the side bends. So my right core is doing all the work. All right. Whew, same thing on the other side. Whenever you're ready. You can think about your lower abs as well. My core is tired. I don't know about you. Almost done. Amazing job. Little quad stretch to finish. Unless you have to go right away, that's fine. Otherwise, whenever you're ready, just gonna bring your heel to your butt. Little bit of a stretch today. You did amazing. Thank you so much for joining me. And we'll switch sides. Well done. All right, guys, thank you so much.